In tech sales, there are two primary approaches to selling: financial selling and value selling. Financial selling focuses on the financial benefits of the product or solution being sold, while value selling focuses on the overall value and benefits that the product can bring to the customer's business. In this part, we will explore the differences between financial selling and value selling in tech sales and the benefits and drawbacks of each approach. Financial selling. Financial selling is an approach that focuses on the financial benefits of the product or solution being sold. This approach is based on the idea that customers are primarily interested in the bottom line financial impact of the product or solution, and that this should be the primary focus of the sales pitch. In financial selling, sales professionals typically focus on metrics such as cost savings, ROI, and payback period to demonstrate the financial benefits of the product. They may also use financial models or calculations to help illustrate the financial impact of the product on the customer's business. Let's talk about the benefits and drawbacks of financial selling. One of the primary benefits of financial selling is that it can be very effective in situations where the customer is primarily concerned with financial impact of the product. For example, in situations where the customer is looking to reduce cost or improve profitability, financial selling can be a very powerful tool in demonstrating the value of the product. However, one of the drawbacks of financial selling is that it can be too narrow in focus. By focusing solely on financial metrics, sales professionals may fail to fully demonstrate the broader value and benefits that the product or solution can bring to the customer's business. Additionally, financial selling may not be effective in situations where the customer is more concerned with other factors, such as improving efficiency or reducing risk. A good example of financial selling in the tech industry is creating a total cost of ownership and presenting that in comparison to the status quo. I work with one of the largest pet software companies in the state of Colorado that started off in the cloud, Azure specifically, and because they acquire 8 to 10 companies and acquire tons of data with each acquisition, the cost of being in the cloud has become so exorbitant that they need to move back on premise, aka the technology I sell. In order to get this deal done, we noted the CFO needed details on the cost-benefit analysis of staying in the cloud versus our solution. He was the ultimate decision maker. So we presented a total cost of ownership that mapped out how much their monthly cloud cost will be if they keep acquiring companies at the rates they had been acquiring, and drew the line in the sand 6 months down the line, telling them that if they stay in the cloud past this date and renew any contracts, the cost of continuing is going to become astronomically more expensive than moving out of the cloud. Because we got the data to the right champion, we now have a clear timeline to spec out the technology needed to help them get back on premise and win a $2 to $4 million deal that would not have been possible if we didn't roll up our sleeves and get scrappy with an ROI. Quick side note, as a sales rep, you might not be the best at everything, but the best reps get a PhD in figuring out things they were never taught. Kind of like myself in this example, building out a spreadsheet. If you struggle, ask tenured reps in your company how they financially sell, and they may have some templates to riff off of. If not, build your own and build your brand as a financial seller within your organization. Value selling. Value selling is an approach that focuses on the overall value and benefit that your product brings to the customer's business. This approach is based on the idea that customers are interested in a broader range of benefits beyond just the financial impact of your product. In value selling, sales professionals typically focus on the specific pain points and needs of the customer and demonstrates how the product or solution can address these broader needs. You may also use case studies or testimonials to help illustrate the broader value and benefits of your product or solution. Now let's talk about the benefits and drawbacks of value selling. One of the primary benefits of value selling is that it can be very effective in situations where the customer is looking for a broader range of benefits beyond just that financial impact. By focusing on the specific pain points and needs of the customers, sales professionals can demonstrate the value of their product in a more comprehensive way. However, one of the drawbacks of value selling is that it can be more difficult to measure and quantify the value of the product or solution that you're offering. This can make it more challenging to do a TCO or ROI to measure financial impact, which may be important to some customers. A great example of value selling can be some of the intangibles that go with your solution. What if by implementing it, the technology member will sleep better at night because now he or she won't be worried about an attack, or because they are going with your company, you can offer X day a year satisfaction or guarantee, meaning that if they don't like it for any reason whatsoever, they can return it. And there is even value of going with a trusted market-leading vendor. If you are selling a good product and other people in the same vertical use it religiously, that will also build up a lot of value behind your offer that can't necessarily be quantified into dollars, but brings a sense of security into the picture. One of my mentors when I was an SDR was an all-star account executive. He eventually went to MongoDB, where he's had a phenomenal career. And whenever people pushed back on Dell's price for our data center solution, he'd hold strong and say, yes, Brian, this is expensive, but there is a premium when you go with a name like Dell EMC and working with a blue chip company. Just because you are not a big company, don't let that discourage you. Being a small company has a lot of value. You care about making all your first customers amazing raving fans so you can turn them into testimonials, so you know you can give them the white glove treatment from day one, and possibly custom support and customer service that big companies can't compete with. Think about the unique value your company and products offer that may not be quantifiable, but that are a huge value add to a client when running your campaign. Financial selling and value selling are two primary approaches to selling in tech sales. While financial selling focuses on the financial benefits of the product or solution, value selling focuses on the overall value and benefits that the product or solution can bring the customer's business. Both approaches have their benefits and drawbacks, and the best approach will depend on the specific needs and pain points of your customer. In order to find their needs, listen. Successful sales reps in tech sales will be able to use both approaches effectively and adapt their approach based on the specific situation. Another nugget to help you get the deal across the finish line will be your champion's financial reputation, because that's everything. The CFO is unlikely to talk directly to you as a seller, so you have to sell through via your champion. One of the first pieces of advice the CFO gave me is there are some departments and some leaders that are budget conscious, and there are some frivolous, and I am harder on the latter. And so the sales takeaway is get a sense of your champion's financial reputation within their company. Here are some questions you can probe with. Talk to me about the last time you made a budget request to your CFO. How did you approach it and how did it go? The CFO wants to see that your champion has done their homework. When they make a financial ask of the CFO, he wants to see a few things. Are they clear on the problem and desired outcome? Are they clear on how you'll measure success through time? Have they analyzed their current spend and made suggestions on how they can cut out existing spend to make room for new spend? If no thought has gone into this stuff, these are always downhill conversations. And these are a few things that might irritate a CFO. Sending PDFs of your MSA instead of Word. Making the assumption that you can skip legal review. Pushing for a multi-year deal as an unproven new vendor. Asking for obnoxious payment terms that it's hard to say yes to. If you financial sell correctly, it can be a game changer for you to get deals across the finish line, but it is going to take a lot of work. Go ahead and review this section and start applying it in your sales.